Friday. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Friday Night Live. It is Friday. It is night. We are live, but we are not outside because Mother Nature decided to throw a little curveball today, and I don't even know, it was like 5:30, 6 o'clock. It just started downpouring, and now we've got storms for the rest of the night. So, yeah, this morning, the forecast was sunny, like 75 for this evening, but no such luck. So here we are, and I just wanted to quick. We gotta raise up the cups early for Arnie, who held the number one position throughout the entire pre-show. But Arnie, I see now you've fallen back to number two. But thank you very much for the pre-show super chat. Appreciate that, and welcome everyone. Glad you're all here. Raise up your cups. It's Friday night. Cheers. Oh my, Mr. Van Dusen. Good evening. Tim and Old Saws. Gringo Pines, I think you're getting some, you're getting some weather down there. Rick's Outdoors, I will try. I didn't even know we were getting any rain, so I will try to send it on as much as I can to everyone who needs it. Tony Woods, good evening. Dirt Road Landing, how are you doing? I saw you were enjoying a Captain Morgan, waiting for JPF's new log splitter to complete its first cycle. I think it's on the return stroke. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure it's finished the split and now it's on the return cycle. Check back on Sunday and see if it's completed it. Oh, Bill Irwin, how are you doing? 1 year older tonight than you were last Friday night. Rogala's here. Outside in the 505 was in my neck of the woods picking up his new toy. Oh my. Well, exciting times it is then. Just in time for the weekend. That's good. Sherry Miller, good evening. There's Ted Miller, Stumps and Firewood. 262 Dave. MAG Firewood. I'm just scrolling back through here. I was looking for today. I didn't have much time. Last night we had a deployment and a release of upgrade at work for system upgrade. So I was up early this morning, getting that all done, and then I was looking throughout the day for some potential. I thought maybe there'd be some live streams coming out of the Hope event, but I didn't see any, so I don't know if there was any or not. But I did just get word before I went live here that I think they split somewhere around 100 cords of wood. So if that indeed is true, and I saw a couple pictures of the pile, and it looked massive. So if that is the case, well done, great job. Looks like it was a tremendously successful event. But yeah, I didn't see any check-ins during the day. So I didn't know how it went, but I think it turned out pretty good. Looks like the weather held out. So that is good. Logger Jason, I was going to bring this up. I need to talk to you about this. The only thing is that debarker for the chainsaw, does that like rip the heck out of the, what's under the bark? Does it tear up the log then? Because I don't want like a ripped up, shredded log. I just want the bark off, and then I want it nice and smooth underneath. So that's what I didn't know, because I think I've seen those chainsaw debarkers, but they just look like there's it just shreds everything. But maybe not. I don't know. And again, I only really need to debark, right now, a handful of logs. I've got some walnut that I want to do and some maple possibly, but until things start getting crazier and crazier, uh, I should be good. I was just thinking about that tool the other day, and I'm like, I know there's something out there. Frickin' Jeep is here. He is back from Hope. I think he went down there. I think he made some benches to take down there so he could sit and watch all the work get done. I'm not sure. So hopefully, maybe he'll have an update on his video tomorrow or maybe tonight. Hey, there's the Alaska Woodyard. How is everything way up north? How big is the door on your new boiler? You know, I haven't actually measured it. It is about this big by this big. I don't have an exact measurement on it, but it feels about the same width as my old one, but I think it's taller. It's a little bit taller. But hopefully everything's going well up there in Alaska. Hopefully things are cooling off. It all depends on how hard you press down on debarking. Yeah, I'm gonna check that out at Bunyan. Um, the that's the one nice thing. I was just thinking about this earlier. The one big difference this year at Bunyan compared to previous years is I might actually be able to like bring some stuff back with me. Like, the one year I was going to buy, I think, either a picaroon or something. There was some tool I was going to buy, but I wasn't going to be able to get it in my carry-on bag. But this year I'll be able to bring stuff home, unless we don't have enough room in the Maverick with all of our luggage and coolers and all that fun stuff. Craig's Chords to Coles. Quick hi and bye from me, anniversary and wife's birthday. Was that how you was that your birthday gift to her? Did you propose for her birthday? I don't know what would be a more fitting way to start a birthday anniversary weekend than to sit down and have Friday Night Live date night. But if you need to get going, have a good weekend. And happy anniversary and happy birthday to your wife. Broken Old Swede, what do you think about putting a Woodhounds calendar for 2026? Oh, Woodyard. Yeah, that might be a good idea. I thought maybe you meant like me in, some like fashion, like modeling different Woodyard attire, like, chaps only, uh, eye protection. That's not a bad idea. As long as the big thing with stuff like that is always getting high quality images and photos. And usually anything that's like you get from people that's emailed into you, like, is always to email it, it has to be compressed down and you lose quality. And then when you end up printing, the quality isn't as good. I did use a pressure washer on one of the logs, and I found out that's not a good idea. It turns all of that dust and stuff, it turns it into like a mud and a paste that then just gets pasted onto the log. So after that dries, you end up having to brush it off anyway. Yeah, the pressure washer, not going to be doing that again. Oh my, I'm way behind on the chat already. Jeez, 10 minutes in. I gotta scroll ahead here. Where? If you get 180-degree water from Crown Royal, it could be used to heat, treat, and possibly dry the mini wood. Yes, um if I just don't know if it would be worth it to set up a kiln and go through all that when with this micro kiln that I have, I can like light a fire, uh, put in. I end up putting in about 3 to 4 small pieces of linwood, and after like 3 hours, I'm done. So it's pretty efficient, and it's just. I mean, if I was starting to do mass quantities, maybe I would look into that, but um, I'm way behind on the chat here because I just I see Bill Irwin just threw up in his mouth, and I think that was from the potential image of me in nothing but chaps. Oh, we could get Jerry with the G with his swimsuit on. Uh, hardworking man, I think he's got like a, a banana hammock he could wear. Anyway, but yeah, getting the boiler tied into a kiln, I just don't know if it'd be. At this point, I already got the micro kiln, so I'm gonna probably stick with that. But let me see here. Uh, Rick's Outdoors wants to know: are you getting the new Husqvarna chainsaw that everyone is pre-ordering? Well, I don't know about that. You might just have to wait and see. Um, no, I'm not getting one. It's not. Uh, it would be tough to run because I'm not. Like if I have the best phone that I've ever had, I wouldn't want to then get a new phone that's not as good as my current phone. I don't like to downgrade items in my life. And with the best saw there out there that I already have, it'd be a downgrade to get the new one. Oh, frickin' Jeep. Oh, do I have something for you to bring home? Oh no, Shy better forget to bring that to Bunyan, as I don't know what you're. Well, I probably know what you're cooking up, but if whatever it is, whatever he brings from you, I will be regifting to someone else before I leave. As I know where your mind goes when you bring me things. There's outside mom and the boys split some wood today. Circle B is here. Ryan has got it down. See, this is what we're talking about. Um. Oh, the wise choice firewood. Well, that's good to hear. Yeah, it'll be fun to see when some of the videos start coming out. I think I saw freaking Jeep said he was going to have something on tonight, so that'll be good to see. Um, who all was there? How many splitters? But yeah, I just saw WD-30 sent me a couple pictures, and they looked like it was a pretty big pile of wood. Pretty big. Kenneth Spear, good evening. Watching over there on Facebook. We got a few people watching over on Facebook. All right, let's get Dirt Road Landing's got it. He's definitely, at least you use the correct adjective to describe your mind, freaking Jeep. That is right. We have no idea what your little mind can come up with, and every time it comes up with something, it surprises all of us. Tiller Creek, good evening. Oh my goodness, we got to bring out the ladies. The ladies are ready. They've been waiting all week to come out swinging. Let me just make sure I don't have this music too loud for them. Our good friend Marlon. What is it, 3 weeks? 3 weeks? Marlon. Hi, Dan, fellow Woodhounds. I will see most of you at the Paul Bunyan Show. Cheers, friends. Thank you very much. Yeah, 3 weeks. 3 weeks till Bunyan. Mr. Wayne, hello. Good evening. What is Dogger Jason? Oh, hang on. Now again. Someone just added themselves to the Woodhound map of the world. If you have not added yourself to the Woodhound map of the world, if you go right down here to the website, you can find the Woodhound map of the world and add your little paw print to it. Probably a good thing you got the new boiler. They're saying this is going to be a cold, snowy winter. I saw that as well. I saw the projected, whatever, I don't know, forecast but the Midwest is going to be cold and snowy. So we'll see. But I will say that the way the weather's been, I don't know, because what was it, 2 weeks ago it was 40s. Now this week we're 80s. So who knows? But I'm ready. The 7300 multi-pass is ready to kick out that heat. Do you plan to bring some big ice cubes to the Bunyan Live? You know, I should. I definitely, but I don't know if they would, if they'd make it in a cooler. I'd have to have like ice packs surrounded by, I have to have the ice surrounded by ice packs packed in ice. And I don't know if I don't know if it's worth that. That I don't know. Yeah, this is another point. Today, right now, it was supposed to be 74 degrees, clear evening, and here we are sitting through, I think we already got an inch of rain tonight so far. JB Brown, how are you doing? Oh, that outside in the 515. He was the one that added his footprint, paw print. Carl Lewis, have a good night. Oh, I'm bringing two of these suckers down there. One for you and one for me, Bill. Oh, maybe that wasn't. Maybe that was somebody else because 515, I think you just had it yourself right now. Ah, that's a big mess. That is a big mess. Kevin Hughes, 74 in Indiana. Whew. York Firewood is here. We could probably get an official update. Like I said, I just have WD-30's word for how much wood was split, but I don't know if he's talking Joe cords, face cords, Rick's, YouTube cords. I don't know how many cords he's talking about. He told me he thought 100, but we need confirmation on that. Like I said, WD-30, you know, I don't. He's always going to be looking up at the pile, and it's going to look probably bigger than it is. So I don't know. Unless he was on top of the pile, I'm not sure. Boss man is more than ready. He can't wait. Although I don't think he's quite understanding what it means to be taking a 12-hour, 6-hour road trip, 6.5 hours in the car. I don't think he understands what that really is going to end up being. Oh, 80 to 100 cords. So there you go. It's probably hard to estimate. I know I can never get, like, if I look at a pile of wood, I have no idea. It could be 5 cords, and I think it would be, 2. I do not. I just run straight water. Straight Wisconsin well water. With whatever the chemical mixture is that they put in. And I don't know if I know there was something else that somebody puts in water, but yeah, I just run whatever there's a gallon, I think, of treatment that from Crown Royal, and then just my straight well water. Yeah, it's about 12 hours. We're gonna try to do about 6.5, 7 on day 1, and then we're gonna stop, and then finish out the next day heading over. So yeah, it's split up over 2 days, but like I said, he's used to like an hour trip in the car, because sometimes gets to be long for him. But we'll stop along the way and uh, take in the scenery and all that stuff. Did anyone see the little sneak peek put out by Andrew today? I think it was over on Facebook in a couple groups. Easton Made has something new coming out, and I think it's going to be pretty flippin' cool. So if you haven't seen that, I don't want to ruin anything. If you don't, I'm sure he'll probably be putting a video out soon. But if you're not, he's got some pictures on Facebook, and it is pretty sweet. I messaged him right away just to confirm that the cylinders were going to be good, the warranty was going to last, and I didn't want to see anyone having to make a video that they never thought they'd need to make. And he assured me that he thinks it's gonna be good. It's gonna be built to last. Like I said, I would hate for someone to have to make a video they never wanted to make. But we'll see. But yeah, this thing looks sweet. Very sweet. Yes. I'm actually probably I'm gonna send a sample at the end of the season. So when I shut it down, and then I'm gonna send another sample at the beginning of when I start it up, so that way I kind of always have a sample on file, regardless. We are getting into Cambridge on Thursday, and then we'll be at the show Friday and Saturday. 10 hours from South Carolina. Gee, yeah, that is a long. Oh, we have to bring out the ladies for the Alaska Woodyard. Cheers, everyone. Busy with 57 full cords out the gate. Holy crap. Thank you very much. Cheers. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just saying. These are the things that I think about when I see new equipment. Slick Willie. Hey, I still have your Tumblr. I got to figure out how to get that to you. But they test the water for, what is it? The pH. Is it alkaline or something? I don't know. Then there's a few other things they look for. And everything has to be within a range. And everything of mine came back good. There was one thing that was just a little on the upper end of the range. Not over, but past the midpoint. I forget what it is though. But yeah, everything was good. So we'll see if it changes. I don't know why it would change really. That's the one thing that I could see if if you drain your water every year, you'd maybe have to send in a new sample every time you change your water. But I don't know, maybe water changes over time. We are staying, along with probably most people in this chat, are staying at the Fairfield Inn, Cambridge, Ohio. There it is, Logger Jason, Fairfield Inn, but there is a waiting list. Because it fills up. I think it was full. Well, it was full a few months ago, and then there were some rooms that came available, but then those got taken up real quick. So if you are staying somewhere else in the area, you can still stop on by Friday night. If the weather's decent, we usually occupy the entire back patio and the lobby and wherever else. We usually have a bunch of we have a nice little gathering. Rick Lewis, how are you doing? Test it for They test it for small wood disease. What are the and what are the results that they find? I'm guessing you might know, Rick. What results come in? What are the signs of positive on that? What was your last test results? Yeah, I tell you, there's been there's been a couple years. Well, the first year I was really like, oh my goodness, and then the second year, the people, the management was still there from the first year, so they knew what to expect. But then I think the next year, then they changed management, and yeah, I'm always, but I think regardless, uh, that weekend of the Bunyan show, things probably get a little crazy. The other thing too is, I mean, when you have some of these like youth tournaments, like a hotel full of 10 to 12-year-old softball teams, baseball teams, I'm pretty sure that hotel gets pretty loud. Like the pool area is probably beyond any noise level that they should have, and the lobby is probably crazy. So they're used to it, and it's only one weekend out of the year. I don't know what test you're talking about, but obviously not the spelling test. God, I love giving frickin' G a hard time. He makes it so easy. Um, a full hotel, yeah. So that's the other thing. I mean, what are they gonna what are they gonna do? Kick everyone out that's staying there? Because it's probably everyone that's there are the ones, and nobody's. I don't think there's ever anyone complaining. Because I do remember the one year they did tell me that as long as there's no complaints, they they won't. They don't care. But if they get complaints, then they have to like give us a warning or something. The little wood boil the little boiler wood test. Ah, all right. We now we now know frickin' Jeep can handle his little wood in his boiler. Um, the other thing is, I think there's a town. What the heck? There's a town that's like 15 minutes away. What is the name of that town that I think has some hotels? Is it Zanesville? There's another town. Well, there's a bunch of hotels in Cambridge, but they are usually always booked up because of the Bunyan show. But I think there's another little town that's west of Cambridge. I think it's like Zaneville or something. So maybe check that out, and maybe if somebody else knows about that. Um, Put that in the chat. because I think there are. Or the other thing is, um, I know there's a couple Airbnbs that's east of Cambridge that people have stayed at. Yeah, there. Okay, Zanesville. Yeah, so maybe check that out. But again, look at the other hotels in Cambridge because there's there's one right across the highway. I don't know which one that is. Oh, yeah, the Comfort Inn. The Comfort Inn is a mile away, unless you are Jeffrey from Mountaintop Outdoors and you have to walk there, and then it is 7 miles away. All right, I gotta get. It's past the bottom of the hour. It would be nice to have these round balls of ice for Friday Night Live down in Ohio. We stayed at the Comfort Inn. Massive skunk issue. What? In the hotel? Or are you saying it just stunk? J.B. Brown, it is outside. I was actually going to have it going tonight, but then we got rain. We got a rainstorm that moved in, and everything. It's still raining out now. So, yeah, I was gonna have the orb, the tabletop orb fire pit going, but that's the rain. The rains came. What do you mean? That's what John. He's been having some fun with skunks out there. Of course, he had to go and destroy all of the skunk's food source, knock out all the grubs that it was eating. Now the poor thing's probably starving. Just, I tell you, the cruelty of animals happening out there in Maryland. Forcing them into a hunger strike. Ah. I think he is referring the skunk that gets rolled up and lit on fire. Oh, well. Holy moly's. Old Guy Firewood. Good evening. Man, you are up late tonight. Are you ready for Bunyan? We're gonna be getting there Thursday mid-afternoon, so I think that's when you usually roll in. So get ready. And I'm not leaving this year. I'm staying Thursday night. I'm going to keep things under control. Mm. I didn't know what happened when I mixed. I had one can of the wild cherry and cream. I had one can of this left. But before that I was just using regular diet. But man, oh my god, this stuff is so much better. But again, now so like before when they had the regular wild cherry and they got rid of that, now I can't find this anywhere. So that's why I got regular diet. Man, that stuff is good. Whew. Jeremy Dirksen, have a good weekend. Hopefully that sugar maple seasons down quick. Start burning it. Give it a test. Uh, I thought I saw. A question. Oh, here it is. Only the doobie. Tony Woods. That's probably right. Is there a what was that? A fire ban in Pennsylvania? Has it been that dry out there? I tell you what, it's not been like I said. I think we got over an inch of rain tonight, just this evening. It's been crazy. There is Mr. Log Cabin Firewood. Uh-oh. Wooddown Senior and Gringo Pines are making some kind of plans. I don't know what that's all about, but they might be up to some scheming something. And here come the ladies. Northwest PA Firewood. Oh, with just a nice little cheers emoji. Thank you very much. Cheers. No fire ban yet. Okay. Well, hopefully some of this rain we're getting moves out that way. I didn't even look at what is the extended. Next week on Friday, rain. The following Friday, 66 with a low of 46. Oh, so we're going to be back in the 40s. Maybe I'll get the boiler fired back out. Or back up. Fired it back out. The 28 Pro X. Oh, yes. I didn't know if you would. I thought maybe you're going to wait. Just and do a little reveal video. Now you just let the cat out of the bag. Oh, Zanesville is 25 miles from Cambridge. Oh, okay. I thought it was closer than that. Maybe not. So it's a little bit further. I don't know who was, if they're still in here asking about that, but I guess it's a little bit more of a drive. So it'd probably be about 20 minutes. Get on the interstate, 25 miles. Oh yeah, here's the reason it's been so damn dry in Pennsylvania. Somebody's putting greenhouses up all over, getting wanting the sun to shine every day. Mr. Adam, how are you doing? How is the greenhouse working out? Yeah, he's been put up those greenhouses, and then now it's just been nothing but sun. The pool is freezing. That last week when we were down into, I think there was one day we were at 39. And then we had like 4 days where it was like 40, 42, 44 for overnight lows. And man, when it's that cold at night, that water gets chilly. And it doesn't heat up during the day. Like it might get up to like 70 during the day with that water. The water stays cold. In fact, I'm probably going to be draining the pool. Jeez, I might have to do it before I go to Bunyan. Depending on how cold it's going to get. But yeah, it's swimming season's pretty much over. The only thing left now is maybe a cold dip or two some evening while in between sauna sessions. But yeah, otherwise, man, that water is freezing. Richard, how are you doing? Good evening. Yeah, there's no room for any of that. Let me tell you. The small wood becomes micro wood. Of course, then you get in the sauna and it turns into saggy wood. Not good. We were supposed to have 80s all weekend here, and now, yeah, now it's cooled off and it's raining. So who knows? Yeah, it's that whole thing of like going from a sauna into cold water. It all sounds really good. And you think, oh yeah, that won't be so bad. But after having done it a few times, it's really not all that it's cracked up to be. It's and this was like during the summer. So the water was maybe like, I don't know, 75, maybe, I don't know, but it's still cold. Very cold. Why not leave the water in the pool and have a skating rink in winter? Because it wouldn't be very big. It would only be about a 12-foot circle because I have to drain it down below the skimmer and the jets for the lines. So I would have to drain it down below that. And I don't know. I don't trust the whole like creating an airlock on the bottom drains. Like, I just don't trust that those pipes or those tubes the pipes wouldn't freeze and burst. So yeah, I just never. I'm too concerned about the plumbing to let it freeze. And like I said, I would have to drain it down below the skimmer line and the jet line, the jets. And then it only would be, it'd be like the size of this room. So you would just be skating in a little circle. Small pool. That's right. Small, small, small. I do not. Oh, 2.5 inches of rain. Yeah, it's good. Like I said, we got quite a bit tonight. Quite a bit. And yesterday I added water to the pond, the fish pond, because the water was getting down, and if it gets too low for the skimmer, it's not good. So I added water, topped it back off, and of course tonight then it rains an inch. And the water level in the fish pond, the koi pond, like just evaporation just drops it. So like if we don't get rain for like 2 weeks or so, 2 to 3 weeks, I usually have to like add water back into it. We have another coin in the cup. Sean Watford, cheers. Thank you very much. Yeah, for those of you that have ponds, you probably know it's crazy how much water evaporates. And like with the waterfall running, it's really, really noticeable. Like I said, I usually about every 2 weeks. If we don't get rain, I usually have to add water every 2 weeks. That's going to be that's going to be an interesting thing this winter, because we're leaving the fish in the pond, and I don't know how that's going to go. Oh, we shall see. It's about 3.5 feet deep, so should be fine. Everything that I've read says that I need to have in a couple aerators just to like keep the ice open so that like gases or something can escape fine. But it's actually good if it does freeze over, because then that like insulates the deep part of the water. And I was thinking that I could leave the waterfall on during the winter because the flowing water wouldn't freeze up. However, the waterfall takes the cold water and pushes it down into the deep end because the deep end is right under the waterfall. So then that makes the cold water go all the way down to where the fish usually are. So I gotta shut the waterfall off. You know, the crazy thing is they didn't have any this year. So I don't know if goldfish are on like an every other year breeding cycle. Last year we started with 10, 11 goldfish, and we ended up at the end of the year with I don't know, 100. This year they haven't had any. So I don't know. Maybe they, like I said, maybe they're only like an every other year reproduction cycle. But yeah, no little ones, no little goldfish, which is fine because I didn't want. I mean, I don't know how many more that pond can hold, and I think we're at about maybe 60. There's only 3 koi fish, and the rest are goldfish. And we want to slowly get rid of the goldfish and just have koi fish. Because these koi fish have gotten huge compared to when we put them in there. Like, they have gotten big. So they will be. Oh, this could be. Maybe, I don't know. They could have, maybe. But you would have thought we would have seen, like, because last year we saw the little minnows swimming around everywhere. And this year there was nothing. But maybe they did have them, and then the rest of the last year's little ones that are now 3 inches, maybe they all ate the minnows this year. I don't know. Been kind of crazy. Oh, we had koi in the horse tank all winter, and they were fine. The broken old Swede. I thought of you the other day. Um, I was driving south of here, and there's a road called Old Swede Road. And I drove by and I saw the sign, the Old Swede Road. And I was like, oh, broken Old Swede Road. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if they would survive the cold water. I gotta go catch a bass. Throw a bass in there. We lost a couple. There was one of the bigger goldfish had that problem where they get like uh, air. They get like a something with their swim bladder or something. Where like they end up floating upside down and then they can't recover. Or I don't know. But yeah, we lost one big one over the summer. But I was like, man, if because I was worried that if there was as many offspring this year as there was last year, that we would have to do something with them. I didn't know what we were going to do. No, it would take it would take a lot of wood. It's it takes a lot of energy to keep water warm, and I would burn all of my future firewood, and it probably still wouldn't help. Because even like they make these little heaters you can put in there, but like the heaters only keep the water from freezing within like 4-inch radius of the heater. Yeah, we had I've never the only thing we had is we had a bunch of crows that were, I don't know if they were eyeing up the fish or just the water, because then the one day I saw a crow fly off with a toad or a frog or something. But yeah, they but those fish are pretty, I think it would be tough. Nope, we don't have any coons. No raccoons in the yard. Alaska Woodyard. Have a good weekend. Logger Jason. Logger Jason's, I'm out. I gotta run and switch the laundry. Hopefully that's not code for something else, but usually it is. But anyway, have a good weekend. Logger Jason. Gotta go do the laundry. No, I don't need any I don't need any more wildlife. We have Apparently there's two coyotes living up or in this little wooded area back here. There's a fox, uh, plenty of deer. That's all we need. That's all I need. No more wildlife. Kevin Graham, have a good weekend. Good luck checking into some of the hotels down there. Also, look at, like I said, there's a few Airbnbs in the Cambridge area. And I think there's a campground that's right by the Bunyan, the Guernsey County Fairgrounds. What time? Oh my goodness, we're 3 minutes into flipping overtime here. 3 minutes in, and like I said, I had a long day, busy day, so I am ready to. I'm like old guy firewood. I need to hit the sack early. Friday nights are not what they used to be. Friday nights used to be stay up late, do all kinds of stuff, but I am tired. Yeah, you can stay on the fairgrounds. I think, yeah, if you have like a camper back in like the back, is that like in the back parking lots? Or you could sneak in with a sleeping bag and climb up, inside some piece of equipment, just not the mulchers. Maybe like a tumbler, a disc cleaner. Oh, yeah, I probably didn't have as long of a day as some of you, but nonetheless, it was still Tony Woods. Yeah, you would think so, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I could go downstairs and throw back like two Red Bull, a Monster, and some coffee, and I'd still probably just crash and be asleep by 10:30. No problem. No problem at all. Oh, and one last round for the ladies coming out. Here's to getting old. Time for a bed for us old timers. Thank you very much, Circle B. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even bring out the ladies. Or did I? Did I have the ladies out? I can't hear. I don't have my. I can't hear. I'm getting old. I don't have my volume on my speakers turned up. Exactly. A lot younger than you, but still old. Arnie, have a good night. Were you here in the beginning, James? I mentioned that it was at the start of the live stream. I said it's begun its return cycle. It's on the return stroke right now. Oh, ah, Joe knows we're only joking. I wonder if he'll ever make it to Bunyan. That would be. I know he went to. Was it what was it? The one year he was at Hoosier, I think. The Hoosier Firewood Hysteria. All right, I gotta mix one up here for overtime closing and the nightcap. Oh, so the ladies were out. Okay, yeah, I didn't. Like I said, I don't have my speakers, or do I have the music turned way down? Oh, I do have the music way down. Jeez. The how many drops? Apparently too many because I can't keep track of what the hell I'm doing here. I got the music turned down on my levels and my speaker volume. So I didn't think the ladies were out because I didn't hear the music. I know. Getting old. What? What? Maybe I need to try. Oh, maybe I don't even have that sound on. Yeah, I don't know. There's another dang bug flying around in here. All right, what are we at here? We are 10 after. We'll go for 2 more minutes. And we will end the live stream at 9:12 on 9/12. I think that would only be fitting. So, wait a minute. Oh, we got 1 minute left. 1 minute left of tonight's Friday Night Live. And then oh my God, I forgot. Next week, on Thursday, John, you're gonna like this. Next week on Thursday, I am having all 4 of my wisdom teeth removed. So I don't know what kind of shape I'm going to be in on Friday. Obviously, I will be not quite as wise because all 4 of my wisdom teeth are coming out next Thursday. So yeah, we'll see what I'm like next Friday. Hopefully, it won't be too bad. I don't know. But anyway, I think on that note, we will wrap things up because now it is 9:12 on the clock and it is 9:12 on the calendar. So, thank you all for tuning in and starting your weekend here on Friday Night Live. Thanks to all the super chatters with the coins in the cup. Where is it? Over here, right here. And moderators, thanks for keeping all these crazy people in line. 3 weeks, we'll be live at the Fairfield Inn in Cambridge. Get ready, but make sure you aren't going to come and be too out of control because I'm bringing the enforcer. My mom will be there, and she won't be taking any crap from anyone. She's going to keep things in line. So with that, good night. We'll see you all next week. Enjoy the weekend. If you're needing rain, hopefully some of this rain comes to you. Otherwise, if you're out in the wood yard, stay safe, have fun, and be cool. Good night, everyone. Cheers.
Real bad boy. I've got a ton of gravel in my shoes, world on my shoulder, heart full of blues. I'm in the dirt, down in the dirt. I've been a real bad boy on the town all night. Starting to calm down with the morning light. I'm in the dirt, down in the dirt. Been a real bad boy. I've been a real bad boy on the town.